Hello, welcome back. This is Jonathan Gardner. Let's play Factorio Season 4, Episodes 40. Those fast construction robots you see are a mod that I made. I did an experiment to see if they were helpful, and they kind of are. I think I'm going to get rid of them. I only carry them around in my personal Roboport pack. Actually, these are... Yeah, let's put these guys into storage. Don't want you guys here. Okay. Actually, I have too many Roboport packs. So I did a mod to make them so I can build faster, which required more power, of course. I'm going to do this episode. This is an explanation of my iron system. For those of you who are new to my series and haven't followed all along, I think this will be a good episode to just explain things, and I'll post this episode to different places so that people can see how I do it. I think this is a fairly different way. I haven't seen anybody else really do things this way, so I'm going to go through and explain it. It all begins with the iron mines. Ignore the weird tracks. This is just a way to get more trains going through without backups. This is a typical mine. You've probably seen something like this. There's many different designs you could use. 1-2-1. It's a push-pull train taking stuff from the ore there, stores it in these chests, and then when the train comes in to pick up more ore, this guy right now is carrying 1.9 thousand. He picks it up. There it goes. Okay. These guys take them to an iron ore depot is what I call them. There's probably a better word for it. I'm not a train engineer, so I don't know what the name for these kind of things are. This is what the iron ore depot looks like. At the bottom, we have a waiting area so that we do not clog the train lines. Up to 10 trains can come in and wait for their turn to get inside. This middle part is where a 181 train comes in to load iron ore. You can see right now they're busy loading into these boxes that are pretty full. The ore is coming from these trains, which unload directly into underground belts. So we're unloading from both sides. A little bit of a backup going on. I can have up to 7 trains unloading. This is a special stop where I get some coal that unloads to fuel the trains, so they can pick up fuel in the coal. They can pick up the coal fuel in the iron ore depot. And the fuel train comes from, it could come from an coal mine. It can also come from a coal depot, which is where I have it coming from actually. Coal depot looks almost exactly like this. So you can see the trains come and go as they please. I'm not using logistic robots. I'm not using some weird fancy method. I am just putting it onto a belt, balancing the belt, and then putting it over here. And as you can see, I have more ore in this depot than we can move out in time. All right. Perfect timing. Here comes the 181 train to pick up the iron ore. He's going to take it to the iron processing facility, which I'll show you. It's not too far from here. Let me press enter to get on the train. First, he's going to load up with, I believe it would be 12,000 iron ore. Takes about 30-40 seconds to get a full load. Maybe he needs to take a little longer. I don't know. I have him set for 30. He seems to be losing all his ore, which is a good thing. Well, maybe not a great thing, but yeah, he's probably not taking a full load because he needs more time. 11,000, that's pretty good. So this car is almost completely full. Then he heads down along my track. Notice there's no tracks crossing each other. I always have problems in tracks cross. So this is a 4 out of 10. I'm using loops. Factorio system, so please do not give me a higher score than 4 out of 10. In hindsight, I'd probably use a 282 train. The 181s are pretty dang slow, but since we have so many lanes, the faster trains can pass, and it's not really an issue. Okay, here he comes into the iron ore place. You can see there's a coal train from the coal depot doing the same thing. So he's bringing coal in, filling boxes. We're going to bring iron ore in, filling boxes. And luck would have it, the iron plate train just pulled in as well. He's getting iron plate out of the system, and he's going to carry it away to my main bus. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, I have a bunch of 181 trains, and they're sitting around doing nothing. These ones are actually unloading directly into furnaces, which unload into a box, which unload into a train that carries the, there it is, this is the train that carries the iron plate away. And then he puts these, so he carries about 24,000. He gets full, so maybe I need to have him work show up here a little more often. But let's look at his schedule. So he goes to the different loading stations and then unloads, and the loading station and unloads. Okay, and let's look at the track really quick. So we have a big loop here. Again, 4 out of 10. I'm using loops. And they're kind of integrated like teeth, where they can load materials and they can unload the materials. Once they get, so they unload over here, the iron train that would carry it away, he carries it away. When the trains come in to get more materials, they first pick up a little bit of coal and then some iron. And how do I control how much they pick up? Well, I programmed the cars to only take so much. Okay. His schedule looks like this. Picks up loads coal for 5 seconds, loads iron ore for 10 seconds, and then he goes to his unload station for 200 seconds. So this is number 6. He's going to head down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see it's empty. So he's going to come down here eventually, and the process will continue again. Okay. That is a synopsis of my system. This is, I guess, version 3 of various systems that I've come up with. I don't have a version number exactly, but this is the first time I've done like an isolated system where they don't cross. In season 2, I don't know when. Oh, the vacation week. In that series, I did a system where they would cross with the incoming and outgoing trains, which worked pretty well. This one I tried to isolate the 2 train tracks so they don't cross. Okay, you can see it works pretty well. There's another version I'm thinking of building that I'm going to build for my copper that looks pretty similar to this, except for there will be a little waiting area for the coal, and I will isolate the train that carries the iron plates away from the trains that carry the materials in. I think there's a way I can do it. So let's see, is he already full? Nope, he's filling up rapidly though. Look at him go. Yeah. Are these chests full because they're just... Nope. What about this one? Nope, they're not completely full. Okay, so that is how my system works, and let's just... I'm going to let you guys watch it for a minute here so you can kind of get your head around how it works. Each of these different trains, by the way, are programmed to go to a different unload station. So that's number 11, that's number 10. This guy's obviously number 2 because he's at number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, this is number 8. He's unloading right now. This guy has ore and coal, but the reason why he's not unloading is he's actually trying to go somewhere. Whereas this guy is actually waiting at the stop. You can see when I hover over him, it has green and yellow arrows where he wants to go. And as soon as he gets a chance, there he goes. He's going to go and get the coal and continue the process. This guy is stopped at the stop because he's not trying to go somewhere. This guy's trying to go. This guy's trying to go. I have too many of these stations. I think I have too many. I could get by with 9, maybe 8, without having them waiting for a lot of the time. At any given moment, 6 of these are running. I watched it for a while, couldn't get 7. That was my last episode when I watched this. So if you have any questions about how the system works or why I did it this way, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer questions. If you have ideas, I'd love to hear them. I might even try them out if they're very good. I encourage you to experiment, try different things out. This is a game where there, as far as I can tell, there isn't a perfect way to do things. There's always something that can be improved. And, it was actually the suggestions of, I think it was Negative Roots video, where he talked about the different kinds of trains, and he recommended using push-pull trains that had me start thinking about using push-pull trains. Before I used loops everywhere. I could figure them out. I can get them to work without deadlock. But now I use push-pull trains for different things, and I'm quite happy with them, even though I do have a loop. So let's just watch it for a couple more minutes. This is so much fun. I can just sit here and watch this all day long, and it's just amazing. Some things that I tried. I tried replacing these inner signals with regular signals, and that just caused train jams. I tried replacing some of these signals with regular signals, and that caused train jams. It seems that the chain signals work really well as long as the regular signal that comes out the other end has a lot of area. They will go through a chain signal but leave their tail hanging across the last of the regular signals, which will cause train jams. So unless you have lots of room, don't use regular signals for the piece of track where you have a lot of contention. Of course, you need the regular signals to tell it how to get out. So that says that's how you get out. This one says this is how you get in. So the only place regular signals are on this closed track is on the outgoing side of this. So here he comes. The yellow signal says, watch out, you're going to get run over. Red, green, red, green, red. And so they're going to go until they're not going to go until they have a path where they can hit, as far as I can tell, this signal. And once they hit this signal, they're free to go. So as long as this signal is only there where a train can actually make it through, you're fine. But if you put like a chain signal right after this regular signal, it would cause problems because they would just clear it and then they'd be done. And they would leave their tail hanging out and you'd have train jams. So, all right. Thank you for watching this short episode where I introduce the system, and hopefully you'll watch my other videos and share your ideas with me. And thanks. Take care and goodbye.